everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly September 22nd to the 28th for the sign of Cancer. Alright, my lovely Cancers, sign of the crab. We're going to get right into it and pull out your romance angel messages. Don't forget, this video is time-stamped, so you can go ahead in the description and go directly to the section that you want to see. Healing family issues. Calling in your soulmate. And trust. Trust just came out for Gemini, in fact. Alright, so these are your three messages for the week. And now we're going to pull out the animal spirits. Alright, now these animal spirits may or may not resonate with you. Alright, of course, just take what applies to you and throw the rest away, and that's fine. Animal spirits can indicate times in our life, events, stages. It can indicate energies coming into our life or individuals who are resonating with that energy who come in. So let's see what it's hitting for Cancer. Fish. Ooh, water energy. Octopus. Wow. More water energy. And the cosmic egg. Beautiful. Alright. Cosmic egg is associated with the crown chakra, the seventh chakra, located at the top of your head. Literally at the crown. Alright, let's just make sure this is... There we go. Alright, so let's get right into reviewing these animal spirits before we go ahead and look at your forecast for the week. Alright? Now, interestingly enough, we do actually have two water animal spirits on the spread today. And the fish is an interesting one. How do fish act in nature? Well, they're very restless, right? They're very shifting and changeable. Just like the water element, well, an essence, that can be an essence of water element, right? Moving, constantly moving with the current, restless, lost in the current, changing focus too often. So the fish loves to be subsumed almost in life's current, right? It pleases it to be moving at all times, moving, right? However, the problem with that is that although it can be very exhilarating and exciting, oftentimes it can lead to weariness for the fish. It can also lead to slippery relationships, right? Relationships that we get into and, you know, they literally just slip through our fingers. Why? Because the fish is unable to sort of commit, to remain, to stand the test of time to develop that relationship. So oftentimes the fish becomes lost without clear goals or intentions because of this constant need to go out into the water, the vast water, really. So it's time at this time when fish energy can be coming in, you could be dealing with somebody who's resonating with this, or you could be feeling like this. And if it is something that you're resonating with in a sense that you're starting to feel this restlessness, oftentimes this is exactly the time for us to calm down, calm our emotions down, try to find serenity and peace so that you can literally be still long enough to really search your emotions, to really search what it is you desire, and to maybe put that effort in to a relationship or a dynamic to make it long enduring. Now we have the octopus. The octopus is also water energy, but the octopus is a little bit different, obviously, than the fish. With the octopus, we talk about not so much slippery relationships, but we talk about messy relationships here. Because the octopus gets itself often very much entwined in other people's affairs. The octopus lacks boundaries. And so not only does it reach out into other people's sort of business and affairs, but it allows a lot of people into its own business and affairs, right? And so what happens, these relationships become very messy. Oftentimes, if you're talking to someone and when you're done, if you're feeling kind of drained or weary or as if your energy has been sucked, that means octopus energy has been at play. All right? And so it's time to put some boundaries in place if you're dealing with someone like this, or perhaps if you've been resonating with octopus energy in a sense that perhaps you've been entertaining too many people, perhaps you've been giving out too much information about yourself, or allowing people too close who really have no business being that close. It's time for you to put those boundaries up for your own sake. Now, with the cosmic egg, we're talking about the crown chakra, right? We're talking about consciousness activated, completion, harmony, right? Of course. The snake coiled around the egg, right? So it's the symbol of the it's the symbol of the constant sort of changing nature. You know, when we see the snake eating the tail, oftentimes that is another symbol of that. This is the final card in the journey of the deck, right? Of the animal spirit deck. And it represents oftentimes the unfolding of a cosmic consciousness. So you may be elevating a little higher spiritually this week, or beginning to sort of expand your sort of awareness and consciousness. So this usually comes after quite some time on a path where you have been exhibiting a lot of self-effort and grace, that we realize these sort of self-realizations, right? There's a sense of contentment, a sense of oneness, you know, a sense of really feeling a part of the world, right? It's a really kind of exciting sort of place to be spiritually and mentally. Now, when the essence of the cosmic egg hasn't been activated, oftentimes we will feel stuck. We will feel as if we never get to the end point. We never find completion, or we never find sort of satisfaction in what we're trying to attain. And so when this happens, oftentimes it's because of a disconnectedness to life. It's times in these moments that we sort of need to kind of come back to life, right? Come back to our experiences, be more intentional, be more conscious, and sort of be prepared to sort of open yourself up for this sort of spiritual journey. All right. Very beautiful energy. So let's get right into your spreads, Cancer. We're going to pull out about 5 or 8 spreads for the week, just to see what you may or may not be resonating with. Again, these forecasts may not obviously be for all Cancers, and you may only resonate with one portion of it, or only one essence, one bit of it may actually apply to your situation, and that's fine too. Don't forget, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and don't forget to check your natal chart for the other placements of your planets to see which of the other tarot readings may apply to you. All right, Cancer, we're going to go right into it. King of Wands, Temperance energy, Sagittarius energy coming in, and Queen of Cups. Wow, some of you are caught in a relationship. You're in a situation with someone. I want to say, Cancer, that you're probably resonating with Queen of Cups right now, but your person who you're dealing with, which is King of Wands, is resonating with King of Wands. They've almost turned their back on you in a way. They're looking to the past, I want to say. They're really sort of holding on, perhaps even to grudges or to slights or unresolved issues in the relationship. And their eyes, I want to say, or their focus is kind of fixed in that area. It's almost as if you're looking back and trying to pull them out of the past into the here and now. And a lot of this can indeed include sort of healing old traumas, healing old wounds, right? This week calls for a lot of temperance between you and your mate, you and your lover. This is certainly a situation of a soulmate connection, right? Or a deep love connection. And so, yeah, temperance is here this week because it could be as well that emotions and tempers and passions may flare. You don't want to say things that you're going to regret. You know, you want to be tempered in your responses and in your interaction. But certainly some of you Cancers very well feel like you're King of Wands. And remember, this is not gender specific. Queen of Cups could represent a male Cancer and King of Wands a female, absolutely. Or same sex or vice versa, whatever the case may be. But your King of Wands right now is really eluding you. And also you, Cancer, resonating Queen of Cups, you simply can't move away from them. You can't move forward from them. And so this week, perhaps you work a little bit harder in trying to get them to come back to where you are in the here and now. And some of that may indeed involve healing. Five of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Devil. Devil's been in a lot of the readings this week. Five of Wands talks about a power struggle. 5 is the number for power struggles. And Five of Wands, we talk about a power struggle in terms of one-upmanship, in terms of everyone wants their piece of the pie. Everybody wants to be the big guy. You know, you can see these 5 youths here. They're basically battering each other for position and dominance, right? So this is what this is all about with the Five of Wands. This could indeed be, interestingly enough, this could indeed be as a result of octopus energy, in the sense that relationship or numerous relationships may have gotten a bit messy. Now people are at odds. They're beginning to fall out and bicker. And this week, Page of Cups, in the sense that you reach out to someone and you offer your cup of love. Through all of this sort of bickering and negative energy, you kind of reach your cup out. It's almost as if you may be arguing or more or less competing with someone for someone's affections, right? A couple people could be competing for your affections. So you may be handing your cup of love to someone, but this could very well be that out of this Five of Wands, someone rises to the top and they're the ones who come forward to you with this cup of love. They sort of won the power struggle and now they're the suitor who's coming towards you. Okay? Interestingly enough, I'm going to say for some of you Cancers, it could be that you have a few suitors who are sort of vying for your attention, and while they're over here arguing and bickering and being extremely immature, someone else has come in and snuck in to hand you a cup of love or an offer of love, someone who wants to get close to you, a token of love. The Devil is coming in the sense that you play with this fire. There's a lot of fire to play with this week, right? And you choose, or you may choose to or not choose to play with it. You may allow yourself to sort of be caught up in all of the messiness and the drama for the sake of the attention. This can also be Devil energy in the sense that it's instant gratification. This can also be octopus energy at play. This desire to not necessarily have messy relationships, but having numerous relationships and just playing, right? Not being responsible in them, right? And this can also be octopus associated with Devil energy in the sense that you're being, some of you may be feeling quite selfish in that you want the attention, you want the affection, you don't mind that people are sort of arguing for you or competing for you. It makes you feel good. But be careful, because again, this is all the flip side to a very low vibrational negative energy in a relationship. So take care how you play with this fire this week. Sun energy, High Priestess, and a Star. 3 major arcana for some of you. Big changes. Clarity comes in. Clarity comes in this week on a situation, and it increases your intuitive ability, it increases your self-confidence. Now, with star energy coming in, what we find is your ultimate spiritual desires and goals being brought down to manifest on earth. Right? This is the second 7, first 7 being a set chariot in a major arcana. But the second 7, we're talking about ultimate inspiration that comes from the spirit. that informs your desires and your goals here in the material world. And so this constant pouring of the spiritual sort of essence through your emotional stability into the ground is this kind of like process, right, for infusing your highest goals into the manifestation of the material world, right? Manifesting what your highest desires are spiritually here and now on earth. And so a lot of this has indeed to do with intuitive ability, opening up your intuitive sort of conduit, increasing your the use of your intuitive ability in a way, increasing your reliance on it and therefore your self-confidence in it. A lot of this, again, has come this week out of the sun energy, which not only clarifies but reaffirms. The sun comes in to bring us reaffirmations of the things that we already know to be true. Oftentimes, the sun can oftentimes come in to reaffirm the intuitive messages that we've received. And all of this is very much in line with this desire that you have to manifest here on earth some of your highest spiritual goals. This is very much in line with cosmic egg energy. And so for some of you Cancers this week, this is an extremely high point for self-realization for you. King of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Queen of Swords. With King of Pentacles, we have an individual, of course, who is got a certain level of status and abundance. We're talking about Taurus energy here as well. Working very hard for the material possessions that you desire in your life. Making them manifest. The King of Pentacles is the great sort of benefactor, the great support system in the area of career, abundance, and finance. Some of you may have a King of Pentacles coming in to help you with a particular scenario, right? To help you with a career goal or with a goal in sort of expanding your abundance level or your financial ability, right? Your financial capacity, rather, right? Increasing that. This could very well be a good friend or a family friend. It could even be a mentor that you look up to. But they certainly come in this week. And I think you have a moment of really releasing a lot of judgment that may have been holding you back in your career. You may have had a lot of self-doubt. You may have had some self-esteem issues. You begin to look at situations from different scenarios because of this King of Pentacles influence. And I think you come out of this realizing that there's no need for you to feel guilty over things or to have low self-esteem, low self-confidence. You have only but to embody the essence of Queen of Swords, which is really embracing who you truly are, cutting away the last vestiges of a mask, the last sort of remnants of pretending that you are somebody that you are not, or perhaps trying to fit into a mold or a box or perception of yourself by others. You realize that that doesn't really suit you anymore. This trying to live up to somebody else's expectations is one of the reasons why you perhaps had a lot of misplaced guilt in the first place, right, Cancer? And I think that this King of Pentacles energy coming in this week is really going to help you resolve some of these issues. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and Page of Swords. So Six of Pentacles talks about finding harmony between your own level of abundance and the ability to give, right? This is not at all about, you know, oftentimes it's really so funny, especially in the West, when you see, oftentimes you see Western readers interpret this card as, oh, he's trying to decide which person to give his money to. That is such a low vibrational interpretation of this card. The scale is at all not to judge anyone. The scale is about balance between what the figure has and the abundance level the figure has and his desire to give to charity and to people who have less than him. And so in this way, he has developed a very harmonious relationship to his finance and his abundance. This is a very beautiful place to be if you are a humanitarian or perhaps you work in a charitable area, right? You may be a civic activist, or you may work to eradicate things like hunger and poverty. What are you going to do? You're going to eradicate it for only one person and not the other one? I mean, that's just like the most ridiculous interpretation. But that's not what it is. And so for some of you, you're learning that and you're enjoying that. You're enjoying the ability to give to others. You're enjoying the ability to spread some of the wealth and money and abundance that you've worked so hard for to collect. You realize that holding on to it is not what you desire. And so the working for this abundance was only ever so that you could then give it out to those that you care about, or those in society that may be more vulnerable than you, right? Now, on the back of this is quite interesting. Some of you Cancers are very anxious about some things. You have a lot of anxiety most recently. It could be that, you may be having anxiety because you may have adopted this stance, but it's not bringing you the happiness that you thought it would bring you. You could have, for instance, been trying to woo someone with money, but it doesn't seem to be working, right? You may have had an ulterior motive here with this desire to give or to help someone out. And when that didn't come true or manifest, you have now sort of found yourself feeling bad, feeling perhaps maybe used. You may be feeling anxious. Why isn't this working? I really tried to help them out a lot, but they're not responding to me. Right? And so there's a lot of mixed messages here. There's a lot of confusion here. I want to say that for some of you, you certainly just have not gotten the outcome out of, you haven't gotten the return that you wanted from what you put out. This week you have a conversation about it, though. Page of Swords comes in, and you have a little conversation with them. You may even just have a small encounter or a dinner. You may be going out to drinks, whatever the case may be. It may even just be online chatting. But you have a conversation about this, and you address this issue with this Page of Swords this week. Last spread, the Empress, Nine of Wands, and King of Swords. All right, so the Empress talks about nurturing, right? Talks about self-nurturing, talks about beauty, love, right? Seeing love in all things, seeing love in yourself, seeing the beauty in yourself. Understanding that the only way that you can truly be a creative, a nurturing individual is to be gentle and nurturing with yourself, right? The only way to truly appreciate beauty is to appreciate the beauty within yourself. Of course, Empress is the divine feminine. And so some of you may be indeed embodying this energy in the sense that you're learning to begin to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, to be kind to yourself. This week you wake up and realize there's been a lot of baggage that maybe you've been carrying around. Remnants of a very difficult time of trials and tribulations. You begin to look at some of this baggage and some of the things that you've collected out of this stage of your life, and you realize they no longer apply to you. You realize that you're holding on to things that are really negative, really blockages, obstacles to your forward growth. And so the Nine of Wands is that last little bit of strength to sort of pull through until you get to the Ten of Wands, where you're able to finally let go of these wands, right? Which can be representative of burdens, baggage, self-esteem, self-confidence, etc., right? King of Swords comes in to kind of cut through all the BS. The King of Swords is sort of the great sort of, I want to say the great taskmaster. He's the rule maker. He's the rule enforcer, as it were, right? It's quite interesting that for some of you, you may be dealing with somebody who's resonating with a lot of strong, fiery air energy. King is fire, Swords is air. So we have the fiery aspect of air here. Very quick. Quick to ignite, quick to be put out. All right. So you may be dealing with an individual like this. As you're coming through this period, this person may be coming in. This could be a soulmate energy for you. All right, or this could just simply be someone coming into your life that's going to be a very strong part of this next stage after you lay down these wands. All right, guys, this is your reading for September 22nd, my lovely Cancers. It's September 22nd to the 28th. This is your weekly forecast, love, life, and career. I do hope it resonated with you, and if it did, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can get notified of all my new videos. But for right now, Cancer, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week. Bye-bye.